Welcome back once again, continuing in Module 2, Topic 3. We are on Lesson 1, Activity 1. We are starting on page 303. We will go through page 305 in this video. Habits of mind: reason abstractly and quantitatively, construct viable arguments, and critique the reasoning of others. Reasoning about unit conversions. So unit means per one. A unit is a single thing, a per one. You can use more than one measurement to describe the same length, weight, or capacity. For example, you may say that a football field is 100 yards long or 300 feet long. You could also say that the football field is about 90 meters long. In each case, the lengths are the same, you just say them in different ways. Just like each of you might go by more than one name, you are still you. Maybe, like I'm Mrs. Harvey, I could be called Mom, I could be called Joella, I could be called a lot of different things. I'm still me. There are many situations in which you need to convert measurements to different units. To convert a measurement means to change it to an equal measurement in different units. Highlight that, please. I'm going to underline mine right here. You can underline it, you can highlight it, whatever you have. Draw like a squiggly box around it, whatever you need to, put a star beside it. Name a situation in which you need to convert from one measurement to another. Go ahead and try to think about that for a second. Pause the video. Says take note, when you convert a measurement to a different unit, the size of the object does not change, only the units and the number of those units change. So one example that I could think of is maybe if I'm measuring for, let's say, a shelf. So if I am measuring a wall space for a shelf. And let's say I measure in inches. And I know how many inches is, but when I get to the store, the measurements listed on the box of the shelf that I'm going to purchase or on the shelf itself, maybe the dimensions are only listed in centimeters. But the dimensions, which is the size of the shelf, are listed in centimeters. In that case, I would need to be able to convert from centimeters to inches. Other instances are in the medical field. The medical field uses kilograms and we use pounds. So if you're giving a dose of medicine, it may say per so many kilograms, and you would have to figure out what that dosage is in for each pound. I want you to add a note right here. This will just kind of be helpful for us along the way. So there's going to be 2 notes. Write it kind of small so that you have room. When you convert a smaller unit of measure to a larger unit of measure, the larger unit has fewer units. Basically, it takes less to represent the same amount. For example, if we are going from inches to feet, we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. So 12 inches is 1 foot. So when you convert from a smaller unit to a larger, the larger unit has fewer units. So if inches is smaller, we need more inches to represent the same distance. We need more inches to be 1 foot. We need, this number will then be smaller. The same will be true going the other way. We can write a statement about that too. When converting from, now we'll go larger to smaller. The smaller has more units. The smaller one's always going to have more units to represent the same amount of space. Right, so even if we went from 1 foot and we went to inches, this is a smaller unit than this. This is the larger unit. The smaller has more units. Before you start converting units, it's useful to estimate the number of units to expect in a conversion. Here are a few estimates comparing common U.S. customary and metric units. 1 yard is slightly longer than 1 meter. 1 inch is about 2.5 centimeters. 1 kilometer is a little more than half a mile. 1 foot is about 30 centimeters. So we could also say 12 inches. This little symbol here, an equal sign with a wavy line, means is approximately 30 centimeters. 1 liter is a little more than a quart, and 1 kilogram is a little more than 2 pounds. Okay, moving on. Page 304. Use the estimates given and your knowledge of U.S. customary and metric measurements to answer each question. Which measurement has a greater numeric value? The length of a table in inches or feet? So inches is smaller, feet is larger. So we always said that the smaller is going to have a greater number, the larger number. So inches. The length of a table in meters or centimeters. Meters is larger than centimeters, so centimeters will have a greater numeric value. Length of a table in meters or yards. Yards is smaller, so it's going to have the greater numeric value. A meter is about 39 inches, and a yard is 36 inches. So if we're talking in meters, this is the smaller value, or comparing meters and yards, this is the smaller unit, so it will have a larger numeric value. The distance from your school to your house in miles or kilometers. A kilometer is smaller than a mile. The weight of your math book in kilograms or pounds. So 1 kilogram is approximately 2.2 pounds. So pounds is the smaller measurement. It'll have a greater number. So how did we decide? It takes more of the smaller unit of measurement to measure the same object or distance. Estimate each measurement conversion. The distance to Toronto is about 548 kilometers. About how many miles? So from page 303, we know that 1 kilometer is a little more than half a mile. So if we have 1 kilometer is about 0.5 miles, and then we could do 0.5 times the 548. And we would get 274. So 548 divided by half, divided by 2, or times 1/2. So about 274 miles. You're ordering 5 kilograms of food pellets for your guinea pig. About how many pounds are you ordering? So 1 kilogram is about 2.2 pounds. So 5 kilograms is going to be about 5 times the 2.2, which is about 11 pounds. So describe the strategies you use to estimate each measurement conversion in question 4. So I used the estimates from page 303. I didn't flip back to them. I just told you them, but they are there. Reasoning about which quantity is larger, abbreviation for quantity. Told me if I should multiply or divide. Okay. All right. So here we could have multiplied by 0.5, or we could have done 548 divided by 2. Okay, moving on. Page 305. Because most conversions compare two quantities using multiplicative strategies, you can write conversion estimates using ratio language. You can also write them symbolically in terms of equality. So here we have, and this symbol here also means approximately. You will see it like this as well, approximately equal to. Take note, because conversions compare two quantities measured in different units, you can also call conversions ratios or conversion rates. Okay, so for every inch, they're approximately 2.5 centimeters. So 1 inch is approximately 2.5 centimeters. For every meter, they're approximately 1.1 yards. 1 meter, approximately 1.1 yard. For every foot, they're approximately 30 centimeters.